What's up, guys? I'm Chef Plum, and right now I am hanging out at Ambler Farm in Wilton, Connecticut. They've got all kinds of animals, they've got all kinds of produce, and they make the most amazing maple syrup. Join me as I take edible nutmeg on the road to Ambler Farm in Wilton, Connecticut.
Presented by Field Goods, fresh food from small farms. Field-goods.com.
The Amblers first started moving to this area and creating this farm back in the 1790s. They lived here as gentleman farmers up until Mrs. Ambler's death in '98. When the town of Wilton purchased this, part of what they wanted to do with the farm was to create a wonderful open space for the community, a gathering place, as well as a place that supported education and agriculture, and that's one of the things that we do.
Everything is about community, and when we can get the kids involved, we actually get the parents involved, and probably our best program that we do is our maple sugaring program. So we have 500 trees that we tap.
Wow.
We can't collect all that sap.
Yeah.
We have the families collect it. We have the kids collect. We are surviving. We are doing well because they're helping us do well. And families come every weekend to watch the boil down process and sample as we go along, and everybody gets a bottle as a thank you for helping us make the syrup. You want to make sure that every year that you're drilling a hole that you move over to a different spot on the tree.
Okay.
So if I look at this tree right here, this is where I drilled 3 years ago, and it's healed just like a belly button.
Look at that.
You want to get into a different layer of the sapwood.
Yeah.
And once you've tapped for that year, it will actually clog the vascular tissue. You can't use that hole until several years down the road when the sapwood actually grows out a little farther on the tree. Depending on the season, you're going to get anywhere from 6 to 12 gallons of sap per tap.
Right.
Syrup comes in a range of flavors, this being the lightest, and here's the darkest. Now, we're going to cook with this.
Right.
The flavor is incredible, and that gives you that maple flavor. When you have the lighter flavors, if you pay attention at the very end of sampling this, you'll notice that it has a butterscotch or caramel chaser to it. And later in the season, as the sugar content goes down, you end up cooking it more. It gets darker, it caramelizes, and then you get that true flavor, that true maple flavor.
Right.
We're finding that there's a big movement in our country towards organic products. What's better than maple syrup?
It's fantastic. I mean, you don't get any more natural than that, right?
Don't.
We don't really grow in the winter. We start early. We have a transplant sale in the very early spring where we start seedlings in our greenhouse in March, April timeframe. And then we sell vegetables from our production garden. We garden about an acre, and we sell those from May through October.
Wow.
Yeah, we sell both here at the farm and at the Wilton Farmers Market.
Robin, I wanted to come up with a fun recipe. It's football season. My family's hanging out at the house. I wanted to come up with a nice family recipe, and I couldn't think of anything more family than sausage.
Perfect.
Are you a sausage fan?
I love sausage.
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Got some slices of bread right here, all right? Okay. So do me a favor. I want you to take a pinch of this brown sugar, right? Yep. Get in there and sprinkle it on there. So she's putting that on there. I'm gonna take a little bit of olive oil here and put it in our hot pan. A little olive oil in there. There we go. Nice. And we've got some beautiful onions here from you guys as well. We've got these guys right here gonna go in the pan, just like that. And then we're gonna take a little bit of our shallots in that pan too. There we go. And of course, chilies from you guys. That's a little serrano in here, which is great. And there we go. I'm just gonna saute these guys all together, right? There we go. They're gonna sit right there. Now, our oven is on broil, all right? Broil, heat from the top, not from the bottom. Let's get our breads in here and we're gonna toast these off, right? There we are, let these guys get nice and hot in there. As these guys are in this pan, these things are starting to cook down. You can see they're getting hot, browning a little bit. A little garlic, right? And now, a little bit of Ambler Farm maple syrup. You ready? Here we go. About a tablespoon or so, a little bit more, doesn't matter. We want those sugars to cook down, to get a little caramelized, right? And you're gonna do this part, ready? Okay. This is some delicious apple cider vinegar. It came in our Field Goods bag this week. Give it a little splash in there. Plenty, there you go. Now, these guys are gonna sit in this pan and get nice and happy. While that happens, I'm gonna take the sausage out, put it right onto this pan to go in the oven. All right, here we are. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Then we're gonna take here, you can see how it's starting to reduce down in there. Keeping that, that's gonna go right on top of all that. Look at that. Let's get our breads out of here, right? Look at that. Nice little toast going on there, perfect. We'll get these put aside. And what we're gonna do, this is gonna go right into the oven for about 15, 20 minutes or so, and then we'll come back and serve it. It's gonna be delicious. There we go, right in there. So, see that little smoke coming out?
Yep.
Oh, it smells delicious, doesn't it? So we're gonna do a technique here called deglazing, all right? So let's get these guys out of the oven. Look at this. Come on. Look at that. See that little bit of juice and that little good stuff down there? What I want you to do is pour about 2 or 3 teaspoons of the maple syrup right on there. There we go. And now give us just a little splash of the vinegar. What happens is we're deglazing that pan and getting all that good little bits up from the bottom of that pan. Smells fantastic. Take a little bit of our sausage mixture right over top of that. Look at that, huh?
Yum.
And I'm gonna get a little bit of that juice too. That's what we want. Let's do it. Wow.
That's good.
That is fantastic. Unbelievable maple syrup right here at Ambler Farm in Wilton, Connecticut. You guys have been so much fun. Thanks for having us. Make sure you check these guys out. This stuff is fantastic. Bring the kids. It's a great family place. Thanks.
Thanks for coming.
You got it.
Great.
Let's do it.